You thought that you could trip me up by starting a stream at 2 a.m. Eastern, huh? It's so weird how those messages still don't appear. Apparently, currently on a 25 stream streak. You know, I was actually gonna start streaming a lot earlier. This is not the reason that's holding me up. I might just hit. Wow. It prompted me for an update, so I was like, oh, I'll update before stream. It can't take that long. Wow. I've booted this game up since the DLC launched. So it's not like it's patching in, like, and I haven't even bought the DLC yet. But I mean, it could still be patching in, like, some of the DLC available Pokemon and stuff like that. So you experience that in online. But you think that would have already happened because the last stream that I did, the DLC was already out, but I just hadn't purchased it yet, or whatever the heck. I don't even know. But yeah, I was gonna stream a whole lot earlier. But then I started mucking around with a whole bunch of 3D printing stuff, for one. And two, I ended up spending time digging around with a whole bunch of builds in Elden Ring Night Rain, because there's some more new boss stuff in that game, and I kind of want to have like some new builds at the ready to go for when I end up playing with my cousins again here. I think I'm just gonna start software. Wait a second. Wait, I can't just start software. I don't think. Hold on, I'll try anyway. Because the things that I was planning on doing this stream was the last of the non-downloadable content here. So I've done all the main game stuff that came out at launch, all the important things in my opinion, but I haven't done the events that they released since the game launch. So between the game launch and the DLC, there were some events that came out, namely for Diancie and Mewtwo. I was gonna do those tonight and then maybe switch to something else, because I do want to like come up with a different team for actual DLC stuff. But I just looked up literally before this stream what I do to like get Diancie, because I didn't know before. So literally just before the stream started, I looked it up, and apparently you have to connect to like Mystery Gift. I might not be able to do that if I'm not updated. I'm just now realizing. Oh yeah, I got that. Yeah, via internet? I don't know. God. Ah, I literally can't play it right now. Oh shit. Well, that interferes with my plans a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't actually take 18 minutes here. Anyway, so I was dicking around with Elden Ring Night Rain builds. I guess there's some stuff to talk about in the meantime here. The DLC's been out for a while now. It came out, what was it, like December 12th or something like that? It's been out for a bit over a week now. It's currently, well, it's just past midnight. You can see the local time there, 12:11 a.m., because I'm starting a little bit late this time because of all the stuff that I've been messing around with here. It's currently technically the 20th of December. The day today was the 19th. So DLC's been out for a little smidge now. And I cut up the last several streams into parts, and where the last streams bring us up to now is January 31st, December 31st, or 30th, or whatever the heck the last day of the month is. So anyone watching this on YouTube after the fact, at the earliest, is doing so January 1st of 2026. So we've got a few days to go until Christmas in terms of real life time here. But in terms of, like, YouTube time, Happy New Year, I guess. It'll be New Year soon enough here as well. Happy New Year's, future YouTube viewers. There's gonna be someone watching this, like, years down the line is gonna be like, wow, 2026? That was forever ago! You know. I'm just kidding. No one's gonna watch me years in the future. No, I don't know. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. But you know what's really wild? Is I figured this stream is probably gonna become two parts, one for Diancie, one from Mewtwo. So that's gonna bring us up until January 2nd. And I have had a new video of this come out every single day. Like, there have been some other recent series where I've, like, missed some days, like this, for example. I missed one here, not because I didn't have stuff right, but because I was a bit sloppy. This was a little bit on and off. But this one, this game, I've actually been committed to having a new video go up every single day and making sure I don't miss my streak. And it's come close at points, making sure that I have time to, like, put into the game and be able to continue with my daily uploads. But I have maintained it. So the fact that when this game came out on, like, October 26th, if you played this game daily for an average of, like, 25 to 30 minutes, like, without breaking your streak at all, you would still be several weeks late to playing the DLC, is how soon the DLC released after the main game. So, I think my whole daily uploads with this series really puts into perspective just how soon the DLC came out. Because it really is a good metric of playing daily for 25 to 30 minutes. Like, I'm not playing daily, but, you know, the videos are going up daily, so it puts it into perspective of, you know, if you really are going at it, like, half of an hour a day-ish, you're probably still not going to be able to play the DLC right when it comes out. You're probably still going to be late. So it really begs the question of how much time they were expecting people to invest in the game. Like, presumably the DLC was done by the time they released the main game with, like, how soon it came out after. So presumably they just wanted to release it at a time period that they figure, oh, most people are probably done with the game by now. Like, what? But I guess they also wanted to release it before Christmas so that people get, like, talking about it, and then that brings, like, more attention on Pokemon Legends ZA and bolsters sales before, like, you know, the big, that's the best time to be releasing games, is at the end of the year. It's why so many things have been coming out at, like, the tail end of this year, because it's the time that you release games and content for games, so, you know, I guess it checks out, but it's still a little annoying there. Everyone playing new games with me, I started a Pal World server because they added paint. That's kind of cool. That's neat there. In terms of what's being 3D printed, I have been so busy jumping around like so many different things, and I've had like a lot of life stuff going on here lately, that I haven't really considered much in the way of Christmas gifts and stuff. Like, in terms of one, I wrapped up this project. I got, whoops, that, well, no, wait, that is the right layout. It's just set on the webcam there. Boop, boop, bop. They did add paint. My house is SpongeBob yellow. Nice. Anyway, I wrapped up this project here that I've been working on for a little while. I think it turned out pretty alright. So we've got the Deerling, we've got the Sawsbuck there. They're magnetized on, so they're not falling off, but they're still removable because I stuck them on there with magnets, is the way that I wanted to go about it. So you can still, like, pick them up and move them around and stuff like that. We got an NFC tag on the bottom there, which may or may not be an amiibo. And yeah, it just turned out pretty decently well. I made I even 3D printed a little box for it, so this perfectly fits into there. So that's been like one of my biggest 3D printing projects lately. I've been trying to sort out doing some 3D printing projects now for like family and friends there. Custom Sawsbuck amiibo. If only there was a Sawsbuck amiibo. It's a Pokemon trainer amiibo, is what it's listed as. But yeah, I can like, I've tapped it in Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment already here. But yeah, it's lots of paint that went into this. You know, a decent bit of 3D printing just for the models, but then lots of painting afterwards. And I actually think it turned out pretty well. I'm actually kind of proud of my work here. It's been a while since I've painted something so elaborate. The last time would have been that Primal Dialga project that I did. But I'm trying to sort out like some gifts for family here. Like, I've been working on this project lately. I'm gonna have to glue a whole bunch of stuff together here. But this is going to look like a can of WD-40. But what it actually is it's a beer koozie. So, I figure I'll give this to my dad, and, you know, it'll be for when his joints are a little bit sore and he needs to pop out the beer that looks like a WD-40. So, people make some really funny models sometimes. So, there's that. Been working on a couple Snoopy things for my mom here, since she likes Snoopy and Peanuts and all that. So there's this that'll go on like a door frame corner kind of thing, and, you know, stuff like that. I've been working on some of that stuff here. What I'm currently 3D printing is actually some cool models that I thought a coworker of mine would like. One of my coworkers quite enjoyed playing the color change is at the ready already. Quite enjoyed playing the Metal Gear Solid games back when. So I'm doing some drink coasters themed around Metal Gear Solid 1 here. And right now, we're doing this. So I got a color change to white, it looks like. So let's see. Oop. Unload filament. My camera didn't quite follow me there. There we go. Unload the black. Go ahead and get this a bit organized. I gotta load the white, which I put somewhere here, right here. So it might be a little bit of rapid color changing here for, you know, something like this. But it's cool. I kind of want to do it on stream because it genuinely looks like it's probably going to be really cool. I probably one of the coolest drink coasters I made yet. Let's see. So, I'm kind of excited to see how it turns out, honestly. It's probably not going to look as high quality as in the pre. Well, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see here. Okay. Ooh. So I'm going to have to color change it to orange and then green, it looks like. Okay. So, we'll be doing that. A couple other ones. There's like the different status icons that I've been doing some drink coasters for. So like this, for example. Isn't that cool? So I think that it's a pretty neat idea. So I'm trying to do some of these because it's fun. It doesn't take that long to print and it's cool. So there's that. And it's still taking a little while to load here. So let me tell you a story from yesterday while we're waiting here. So yesterday was the company Christmas party at the company that I work for. And where this story is going is that I ended up beating my boss, who is literally a professor at a university in mathematics and has published several mathematics books. I beat him in one of the math games that he designed. So it's a little bit of a funny story there. Hello, lads. How's it going? Come on down to Lumios, everyone. Under construction since 1868. Well, still under construction here. Yeah. So, I mean, you're not wrong. It's under construction right now. I can't go in. So, whoops. A little bit delayed this time. But anyway, we ended up getting our own little private space in this one Italian restaurant that was really quite nice there. Lots of staff members and, like, their kids and significant others were there. And because we've been doing these camps with all these math games that have been designed there, lots of people brought, like, their kids, and the idea was that there would be, like, a whole bunch of prizes, enough for, like, everybody to take something home, and we have, like, a little for fun contest amongst ourselves for, like, playing in these math games. So, they had, like, the team captains be four of the kiddos there, and they went from, like, youngest to oldest of the kiddos. They were just going across, like, picking who they want on their team. I was one of the first people that was picked after they were given the advice of, oh, Jake's the person that designed, like, all the intro videos for the game, so he knows them pretty well. So I was picked pretty early for that reason, which is, like, stark contrast compared to how things would usually go for me there. And then for actually playing the games, they had, like, the kiddos being the ones, like, playing the games, but then, like, all the parents that were chosen can go and, like, advise and be like, oh, I think you should do this. This is how you do this. And the initial game that we had going on there, which was one where it's like you would pick a line on a graph and then you would choose, like, which of the equations matches up to that line, turned out to be way too chaotic when there were so many lines and it was such a small screen and you couldn't tell what the heck was going on. So we kind of panic switched last minute to a different game where you are presented a graph as well and you have, like, icons around that your helicopter needs to go visit. And so you're given these equations of, like, 3y plus 2x equals whatever the heck, and you have to solve for x and y to figure out the coordinates, and then you type in, like, the x coordinate and the y coordinate to navigate your helicopter there and do the objectives. So you get points based on, like, your correct answers, and you get points based on, like, how quickly you answered, how long it took. At least off of my memory. I haven't actually checked it since the other day, but from what my memory tells me from when I designed the intro video for that game. So if that hasn't changed. So the whole solving the equations for both x and y there, it's a little bit higher level than a lot of the kiddos there were at the ready to be able to solve. Heck, if you told me to go at that nowadays, like, give me some time, I could probably figure it out. Like, I used to be really good in math until calculus. But I wouldn't be able to do it just instinctually or anything like that anymore. I would need to really take some time. I would need to think, how does this work again? So, I guess to detail the way that my math prof boss ended up doing it first is, like, his team captain there is his daughter, and as he's showing her how to do it, like, he pulls out, like, the napkin, gets a pen, and is, like, literally drawing it out to solve, like, every equation perfectly. And So I have no idea, like, if there was, like, any incorrect guesses along the way, but I know that his score was 26 out of 30. However it's tallied, again, I forget. But I assume that it was most likely he probably got every single one right, but just took a decent while to guess. Um, how I beat him was I didn't solve shit. I eyeballed it and I guessed. So when I saw that it was our team's turn, I I went up there to help like advise our team captain who like didn't know how to solve things or like identify it on the chart either. And like the this chart is laid out where it's like the X and Y axis, each line is like in fives. So it's like here's X0, here's X5, here's X10, so on and so forth. So if this is 0, this is 5, and an object is here, I'm gonna guess that's 3. If it's here, I'm gonna guess it's 4. If it's like right on the line, obviously it's 5, you know? So so I could eyeball it pretty well. So I had 2 incorrect guesses, but the rest were spot on just by eyeballing it. And so the answers were insanely swift, and our team score was also 26 out of 30. So technically we actually tied. And then we had to get the show on the road. Like, people were only there for so long. We only had the space for so long. So they decided, like, oh, tiebreaker is just, like, the younger kiddo. So that was my team there. So they announced to her that, like, she had won, her team had won, and she was really quite excited. So she got to go up and pick a prize first. And she went up and picked out, like, a little painting kit thing there. A lot of the prizes there were, like, very kiddo-centric or, like, family games kind of centric. So she had picked that, and then they were like, all right, you can pick who you want to choose a prize next, like from among your team. Who gets to pick a prize next? So she points at me, and that was nice of her there. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going and picking a thing. So yeah, a lot of the prizes were like kid centric. Some of them were more general, like a whole bunch of like snack 'em kind of things that anyone can enjoy. One of like I don't drink, but one of them was like a nice wine bottle there, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get that for my mom and tell her this story and tell her Merry Christmas. Here's a bottle of wine that I had to beat my math boss, who literally designed the game in the first place. In this game, in order to win this. Here you go. So I I brought that home despite not drinking at all. And when every team was like participating in this thing, it was in the there's a whole group of people that are involved in the team. There's one tiny laptop screen. A lot of people are. I thought, isn't that what I just did? What the? Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know. So I don't know if my if my boss knows that I was the one that was I was kind of coaching among our team there, because I bet you he was probably surprised not to have come out like on top by far. So so I don't know if he knows, but so that was kind of fun there. And then like at the end when everyone was heading home, our team captain, this little girl here, as she was walking by me, she looks up at me and she's like, "Thank you," and I was like, "Oh, my heart," So that was so really good day yesterday there. That was quite fun, and then I had quite the story to tell my mom when I presented her this wine bottle. I mean, even after the math games were done, before we headed home, she'd come up to me there. I was like, "You were the one that made the videos. That's so cool." That's like, that was really quite wholesome. That really made my day. So yesterday was a fun day, and that's my little story to share. All right, now I can do stuff here. A couple days ago, I went grocery shopping and I found steaks for $13, so I bought 3 of them bitches and made out like a bandit. That's a pretty good price there. Whoops. No. Can't go wrong with that. My lip hit it while I was resting it there. Yeah, here we're, here this year when it comes to Christmas dinner stuff, I know my mom's gonna do a mac and cheese. I'm gonna do a raspberry cherry pie. And then for the rest, like, either I'll look into things and figure some stuff out for dinner, or we might just end up ordering Chinese or something like that, just because this year has been so frantic and we don't have too much time for things. Is what makes things a little bit complicated. But if there was $13 steaks, I would totally pick up some of those and bring those along for Christmas dinner here. Okay, so these are the 2 ones here. So this is probably the Diancie one, and this is probably the Mewtwo one. Maybe this will end up being 3 parts, who knows, because I've rambled here for so long, this is gonna be its own thing. We've been going here for, what, like 20 minutes now, past the intro screen? Who even friggin' knows, man? Guess it depends on how long these quests take. But yeah, I have a ham that's gonna be my actual Christmas dinner, but the $13 steaks were something I needed to get. That's fair enough. At a price like that, may as well pick it up. Always gotta love the mystery gift tune. It's nothing! It'd be so cool if you actually saw something like come out and go towards the screen, but no, it just fades to white, and then you get this: shine bright like a gemstone. Extra side mission available. Meet the conditions. Begin. Shine bright like a gemstone. I also got the following items. I think the conditions are just like have the game beaten, something like that. What? Did I not already receive this? Well, then why did the Diancie thing go away from this list? Like, presumably it went away because I redeemed it already. But this one I've redeemed already. It tells me so, and it stays on this list. I don't think they know how to design UI over at Game Freak. I don't think they know. Just the, it fades through white to go back onto the same screen, just so it can fade through white a second time and then pull up a menu. Whatever, man. Extra side mission available. Meet the conditions. Begin Project M. Not to be confused with something very different. I also got the following items: Mutanite X, Mutanite Y. And this is always gonna be here for reasons we might never know. There's a lot of things I don't think Game Freak knows how to design. Yeah, honestly there. Check mystery gifts, but they're all here. So like, why is this one? Oh, it refreshed them. Oh, it just pulls up the previous ones there, so it wasn't a special thing with Ralston. Gosh dang, I mashed B fast trying to back out, and I can't because you have to press A. Also, speaking of stuff, gosh dang it again! Can't just mash B to back out. You gotta hit A there. It does make me wonder, is this like the season 3 with Chestnut, or did I miss season 3 and it's right onto like the Baxcalibur? Like, because I honestly think I'm probably not even gonna get the Chestnutite. I think my motivation is kind of gone. So, oh, this was the season 2 stuff. New season begun. You assign a new rank. Just out of curiosity, I did miss it. I missed season 3 completely. Oh, God, stuff. Well, if in theory I was a player that wanted all the Megastones, I wanted to get the Chestnutite, I would need to wait who knows how many months now. Probably at least 2. Something like that. Probably 3, honestly. And then really grind it to online to get the stupid Megastone. Because I missed this stupid thing. A to back out and B to confirm. What is this? Dark Souls Remastered on the Switch? Is that how they map things out or something? I'm pretty sure it's orange next, but I'm just going to confirm just to be safe here. Let me double check. I don't have to switch my input. I just put it in another window here. Yeah, orange next. Looking kind of small. I might actually want to make it bigger. Like in my 3D printing software, it does have measurements. I kind of eyeball those too sometimes. Also, Walker Pipe Guy raiding with a party of 4 here. I greatly appreciate the raid there, Walker Pipe Guy. Blue Shell Hockey Club raid. I greatly appreciate the raid there. What were you just streaming if you don't mind me asking? Oh, I'm just dicking around with it. Yeah, I don't think I should have eyeballed this. I don't think I can eyeball this as well as like the Christmas party math games the other day. I think I might need to do another one of these a little bit larger. This is looking a little small. Welcome on in, everybody, from Walker Pipe Guy's stream. We are just in the middle of wrapping up the main game stuff for Pokemon Legends CA after I'm done dicking around with my 3D printer here. And then we can play the DLC that released like a week or 2 ago. Because they released the DLC for this game way too soon after the main game that I haven't had time to finish all the stupid main game stuff. So yeah. Let's see. So give me a moment here. We're 3D printing some Metal Gear themed drink coasters at the moment for a Christmas gift here. I've been 3D printing a lot of Christmas gifts lately because it's kind of last minute panic. What can I make at home? Plus, you can 3D print cool friggin' things. So, here. Oh, there we go. Alright. Wow. falling off my fingers. One more color change to go. We have dark green left. But I think it might, well, I don't know. It might be a decent size. We'll see here. But yeah, this is endgame stuff. I may dip, haven't touched it yet. I don't want to be spoiled. Big ups to the printing, though. Technically, I've already beaten the main game and the post-game of it. This is the last cleanup of the events that released between the main game and the DLC. So this is mystery gifts, if you want to, like, stay away from those spoilers, up to you. There's a Diancie event and there's a Mewtwo event. So I'm doing those tonight as, like, the last bit of cleanup before starting DLC. Where main game is technically done, but there's some additions to it since the DLC launched. So I'm doing that now. So that's what's going on here tonight. Is a last minute cleanup of stupid mystery gift stuff. Yes, stop for now. So that's what's going on here. But yeah, what were you streaming there? What was on the agenda tonight? I think I got a loose mustache hair in my mouth. Yeah, I did. There. Well, it's 35 hours in according to Harmonious Switch profile. What, you just checked that there? Oh yeah, played for 35 hours or more. Well, it might be a little bit more accurate. Is 36 and a half there. But yeah, I mean, we're doing mystery gifts. If I can figure out how to do them, I think they appear on the map. No, that's the camera. Can I have to Google this, don't I? Because apparently you redeem the mystery gift and then some sort of side quest appears on the map. But you can't hover over these to see what they are. So I gotta Google it. There's no friggin' way I find it on my own. There's no way I'm going across every single exclamation point. So yeah, hello James Games. How's it going today? Welcome on in from the Walker Puck guy right there. NHL 26, we're near done the regular season and we are second in our division. We close it by getting punked out by the Calgary Flames. Too bad, those darn Calgarians. God, I hate them. Looking at that profile right now, just finished playing Dark Souls, so I'm fucking around in the menu. Wait. So you were playing Dark Souls on the Switch, and now it's messing you up because of the way that it was bound. Now you can never escape my profile. Also, when I was playing Legend ZA here, and you said that you were looking at my profile, my very first instinct was this. Because I get a few comments about that profile picture there. But anyway, I gotta Google this. I don't know where the hell to go. I already had a tab open that was like, get it via mystery gift, and then it appears on the map or something or other. Yeah, that's right. We almost got a pincer with a hat, but Alma denied us that during was it the last stream? The stream before? Yeah, my thoughts exactly, even though that was a misinput. We almost got my pincer with a hat. Oh my god, I might even be able to just get it under semi-normal circumstances, but no, I can't get the height. We almost got pincer with a hat because we were precariously set up on like some ledge and it looked really funny. The Flames plan, I like in this simulation they are winning. I get sad because IRL the Flames are budget butt trash, are they now? I don't follow like anything sports related, so I don't know these things, but it would have been really funny, but like I perfectly parkoured off of a building to land on one of these pillars that got me to like clip into my pincer with such a height that my hat was like perfectly on Pincer's head. And then I was about to take the photo and then Pincer dipped out. So I was going to replace this photo with the pincer one because I thought it was funnier, but Alma denied me that, so we're staying with the ass shot. So that's why kind of why we're staying with this. Hold on, let's see here. According to Google AI to do the freaking Diancie event here, complete the main story, claim the free Diancie via mystery gift to get the shine bright like a gemstone mission. Then visit the Looker Bureau and talk to Mimi, Emma's escort. Begin following her around Lumios to find Diancie. Hey, I guess I'm doing that, is what we're doing here. Damn it, Pincer. Damn it. This is why you're getting benched for the DLC. Dang you. Okay, I'm pretty sure I remember where the Looker Bureau is. We're probably almost done there. Dang it, hold on. Hold on a hot second. No, I'm thinking about the main mission there. Looker Bureau, right here. Look. Look at this.